Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm on my way on my motorcycle trip to the Ohio Windy 9, obviously. So I'm running a little late. I have just not been feeling good all week, but I'm feeling good today. But it's 10:21 a.m. and I've got a 3.5, probably 3 hours, 45-minute ride just to get to where I'm going to camp tonight, if I take the direct route. But I'm not going to take the direct route. The ride's going to be much longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride to the top of one of the Windy 9 routes.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
And then go down about parts of three of the Windy 9 routes.
Stop saying that!
It's down to my camp spot. So I'll just follow the GPS route down. I don't exactly have it all figured out yet, but that's going to be part of the fun, just trying to figure that out down to where I'm going to camp this evening. But I have to run to the UPS store and send some pants back to Griffin. They were just a little bit too small. I don't know. It must be their sizing, not my stomach, right? Yeah. No, and then they sent me new ones, and they fit perfectly. So I definitely needed one size bigger. So I got to send those back to Griffin, and then stop over at Walmart, which is like the place we don't speak of because we don't go to the Walmart. But I need a tiny little air pump for my Haven tent, because the bottom pad that goes into it, it's sort of structural for the whole hammock. So I have to pick one of those up. I might stop by the liquor store, get a little whiskey, I don't know. And then I'll run back home, get on the bike, and head out. I'm hoping that I can do all of that in an hour, which seems crazy. I can be home by noon. That puts me still decent time today to ride. So then I'll ride today, set up camp, and then tomorrow my wife and the puppies, they're going to come up with our little teardrop camper, and then we'll spend the weekend hiking and having a nice time. I'm not going to get a lot of riding in, so I was sort of debating whether it was even worth taking the bike or not, because basically the only time I'm going to get to ride is today on the ride down and then on the ride back, which I'm not a big fan of riding on the interstate anyway, because it's just sort of boring to me. I'd rather be off-road or riding some twisties, but that's where you got to take the time you can. So I'm going to do it. And if for some reason something changes between now and then, and we just end up in a family vacation with the RV, I'm fine with that too. Okay, I got to pass here. So we're doing okay for time. Got some groceries for the camping trip. Come with my wife and the dogs, and then out of here. You know, when your shopping cart comes with a cup holder, they really know their client. That's crazy. What's that one for? Last errand. This Griffin pants are going back to the UPS store, and then I will be on the road. All right, it is exactly 12:18, which is a little later than I wanted to leave. I really don't have much stuff with me other than my camping gear. I was able to get my my photography equipment in here this time, so I don't have to have anything on my back, which is how I prefer to ride. And then Jen is setting everything up so that she can meet me tomorrow. Hey Jen, you want to say hi?
Hey. Okay, I like your little Griffin sticker.
Oh, yeah. I put that on today.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
part of the journey.
Yeah. Oh, he's an unpaid ambassador. Goodness.
Oh, I'm going to fall over in my own driveway.
You okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have everything messy. Okay. Love you.
Whoa, did you see that cone come off the vehicle right there? Oh my goodness, that could have killed me. That is crazy. You know, so my number one rule is to not follow open bed trucks, boats, trailers, anything where cargo could come off and hit me, just like that almost could have. Drives me absolutely crazy. And now you look at this truck, there's like open boxes on the back with the lid, it's been pulled up a little bit. So yeah, I'm out of here. I'm absolutely out of here. You guys ever hit roadkill as you're driving? On my way back from Allegheny National Forest, I didn't get it on video, but because I don't record on the interstate. But I was going about 70 and there was a dead possum and I hit it. Everything was fine, no problem. But maybe riding off-road really helps prepare for something like that. But I don't want to do it again, I'll tell you that. But look at this guy here with the bag flying in the back of his truck. I really don't want to follow that person. So that's sort of my personal rule. Like, I'll follow this guy because he has a tonneau cover, whereas the open bed truck, anything could come flying out. So I try to avoid those. You know, even a plastic bag hit your face or hit the bike somewhere could cause trouble. But something bigger, yeah, it could be a real serious problem. So I'm going to slow way down, back off, and I don't want any chance really to have anything coming out of a truck or a trailer or a boat. I can't tell you how many times somebody forgot a life jacket when we were pulling boats, and you'd see the life jacket fly out. Well, I'll let the car take the hit and not me, you know? How do you feel about it? What do you guys do? When you come across a trailer or a truck or something like this, do you back off or pass them, or do you just ignore it and keep going? What do you do? So I'm pretty close to Wheeling, West Virginia, but I want to do a little side quest here. There's a exit not far from where we're at now to go to the Palace of Gold, or what it was originally called, New Viridian. Anyway, this place has quite the history, and not just history, it has a bit of a diabolical history. But I think you'll like this spot. Currently, most locals know it as the Palace of Gold, and what you'll see on the exit, but it's the Hare Krishna world headquarters, or at least the major headquarters in the United States. They're probably all over the place, but this was a big Hare Krishna place, started here in the 70s, and then by 1979, they built this giant Palace of Gold. But every bad thing you could imagine has happened at this location. So if we go by it, we're going to exit. I don't think it's too far down the road from here. I'm pretty sure we'll exit and then we'll go check it out. It's been a long time since I've been in the area. In fact, I've only actually gone here to look at this place once before, and it's been many years ago. But it's one of these exits coming up pretty soon. So I had listened to a podcast all about this during COVID. So you may want to go check out the podcast to learn more about New Viridian. I'll try to get you the most accurate information from my memory that I can, but maybe I'll find a link to the podcast and put it in down here. But it's really good. I'm still on target to get there at about 2:30 to the campground, so I'm doing pretty well. Palace of Gold right there. Look, there it is. This is the exit. So let's go check it out. And, you know, if you don't, I don't really care. We're going to go there and check it out. I mean, why not take the motorcycle to the world headquarters of a giant cult? And I don't use that word lightly, but after learning about this place, that's exactly what they had become in the 70s and all the way up to like 1989. There was child kidnapping, there was drug abuse, drug sales, a couple murders up here. Murders in other states that came from people trying to expose this place. Main leader eventually went to prison, and now it's being revived largely because of the influx of Bhutanese refugees in Columbus and Pittsburgh. There's a big Hindu temple in Pittsburgh, but they're not super welcomed in there, so they come out here because they're Hindus, but they're Nepali, and there's a lot of racism between the two. So they come out here to this Hare Krishna place in West Virginia. But I want you to see this trailer is exactly what I want you to see. It's an open bed trailer, sketchy straps all over it, and honestly, I'm more worried about the straps coming off than all those logs coming out. But what if one of the logs bounces out? It's not impossible to think that it couldn't happen. So when I see things like that, I just back off. There's no way to pass here. I don't want anything to do with it. It's not worth it. Why would I get too close to it? You know, you can see the logs. You can watch them bounce around back there. But if I stay far enough back, then anything that came off, I'll have enough time to move out of the way, you know? Sometimes you don't have a choice. You have to follow somebody like that. And in the car, you wouldn't think anything of it, but you're super exposed on a motorcycle. I didn't remember this place being so far away. I thought it was just like a few miles. Oh, he's turning left here? Nope. No trailer lights. Yeah, no trailer lights, no turn signals. Nice trailer. Thanks, guys. We're getting much closer to the compound. And as you go down this road, you see like the barracks, and they're a little bit like they've been raided in the past and shot up maybe. That's just the way I remember it from being here years ago. I would say it's right up there with sort of like David Koresh, but it didn't end quite as badly. People were arrested, but it wasn't like a standoff with the police. But the impact on the folks that were involved in this Hare Krishna cult, it was pretty significant. I have no idea currently what the situation's like since like 1989 or 1990, but check out that podcast. It's pretty interesting. Okay, here's his first sign. Prabhupada's Palace of Gold, New Viridian. So all the monkey business that happened out here, when you see like Hare Krishnas in the 70s and into the early 80s at football games, and they'd sit outside begging and panhandling they'd sell drugs, they'd sell off knockoff NFL t-shirts and anything they could to get money for this place out here. And all that begging built this Palace of Gold by 1979. And this whole compound's pretty big. It's really how they funded all of this through the years, is the panhandling and begging. And saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna over and over again, and getting money through the panhandling in really any illegal way they could, shipping drugs from India, and they had a pretty significant system for smuggling, all of that. So they had a lot of guns out here with the drugs and all of that kind of stuff, and it was a pretty bad place. Here's this place right here. This was part of the compound, and it used to be, when I was on here before, like there's signs on it and it was shot up, and I don't see that now, but it's still in really rough shape. Every intersection, they don't want you to miss it. New Viridian, Prabhupada's Palace of Gold, there's the sign. But out here on this compound, it's usually a lot of Americans, these Hare Krishnas. But in the last few years, there's a lot of Bhutanese, Nepali that come out here. How do I explain that to you? They're folks that grew up in Bhutan that are ethnically Nepali, but they never were given citizenship in any country. So they spent like 20 years in refugee camps in Nepal, maybe a little longer than that, and then now they've been sent to other countries to get some kind of permanent legal status somewhere. We have a large number in Pittsburgh, and there's a large number of Bhutanese, Nepali in Columbus, and they are really, really nice, kind, hardworking people. Really been fitting the need in our area at nursing homes in caregiving, because they are such kind people. So if you have family in a nursing home and you can have one of the folks that take care of them be Nepali, it's so nice, because they really treat people with respect and kindness, and they work really hard to take care of people in the nursing homes. It's actually really refreshing. Very interesting need that a lot of them are filling. Others are working hard in different fields, but that's one where, here we are, Palace of Gold. You make a statue and it'll get worshipped. And then there's some really big Shiva statues back there. So by Nepali, these are all Nepali. Interesting. Yeah, see, a lot of these folks, they're Nepali. You can tell by the hats. So almost all these folks, and all of this has been re-energized by Nepali people. Bhutanese refugees. I will guarantee like 90% of those folks are Bhutanese refugees. Hey, namaste. Tapai Nepali ho. Ho, ekdom राम्रो. कुन क्याम्प आउनु भएको छ? कुन क्याम्प आउनु भएको छ? Oh, no, not Camp Ohio, Nepalma.
Nepal,
Gunlap. Balangi ek dui tin ma ra mero Shrimati John Dechu. Tapalai vitara kursi lagyo. Okay, ferry betula. Deri. Sabay Nepali. Ekdom राम्रो. Okay. Ferry betula. Ferry betula. Tulo bike. Tulo moto. Oh, okay. Ferry betula. Yeah, they're all in the Nepali out here. So I asked them what refugee camp they came from in Nepal, and they said Ohio, which is funny. So these guys are not from Pittsburgh, they're actually from Columbus. But after she figured out what I was saying, she told me they came from the refugee camp of Gordop. And it is one of the refugee camps that my wife and I did not go to. I believe it's the only one we didn't go to when we visited Nepal. So I have a dilemma. I want to run this by you. Here's my dilemma. So I could go on the interstate for another 25 minutes and take the Windy 9.
Every time you say windy, I get furious.
To my campground, and I'll show you. Or I can go on here, which is the Great Ohio Adventure Trail. It's on-road, off-road. It looks like it's the beginning, like pretty close to the beginning of section 5. The problem with that is it goes out of the way, backtracks quite a ways, and then eventually heads towards this area right here when it cuts back. And then that takes me right into this blue section, which is part of the Windy 9, which can take me to the campground. But I don't know how long that is. That could be 100 miles. It could be 90 miles. It could take a long time. It's already 3 o'clock. And then I still have to take a ways to get to the campground. Campground is, I'm not sure where. Most of these Windy 9 roads start in Athens. That's where almost all those loops start out of. So you can see that, like, I could easily take this pink loop down, which will be a lot of gravel and off-road. All of the blue is going to be on-road loops. And then my campground is, I don't know, it's somewhere in here in all of this stuff. But you see there's a lot of trails through here. So I guess you know which one I'm going to do. But I need gas to start off with. And I've been riding for 3 hours already, and I am exhausted. My allergies are not helping. So I want this as full as possible. If I'm going to be over 100 miles off-road. We're going to go Great Ohio Adventure Loop, do the GOAT, Section 5. So I don't know how my time, it just keeps going up and up. So I put the campground, Lake Hope is where we're staying, in the GPS, and it's saying I'm not going to get there till 5 o'clock. And that's not it doing anything but going straight there. I have no idea how I've lost that much time. So my goal was to do all of the GOAT at one time. Yeah, I really wanted to do like all of the from Erie all the way down to the bottom of the state, but why not do a section of it now? I think I'll have more fun anyway.